Hey, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to kind of do a quick video on. I did a video recently on Cam Newton, and got some good interaction on it. So it kind of made me want to do this video too, which I've been thinking about doing about Teddy Bridgewater. And so I kind of just get right into it. There was a lot of back and forth about kind of like with the pro Teddy and anti Teddy Panther fans going on. If you're on the Panthers Twitter kind of like group or whatever you want to call it, there's like a lot of arguing back and forth about it, which kind of made me want to do this video even more. So I kind of wanted to get my thoughts on it. So I'm kind of like, as I usually am, I'm kind of like in the middle, or I kind of was in the middle at the time. I really didn't really agree with what they did with the Cam thing. I mean, I understood the decision, but I just don't get how you pay him so much money. Like, I mean, they're giving him like a $63 million deal over 3 years. I think they can get out of it after the second year, 2021. But I just kind of want to get my thoughts about, it's pretty much towards the end of the season. There's like 2 games left. And my thing with Teddy is, I cannot stand how scared he plays. It drives me insane. Like, I can't deal with it. Like, the way, like, I'd rather just have a quarterback that is willing to take shots down the field, like almost like Jameis Winston. I really thought that I thought that would make more sense than getting Teddy. Like, with Teddy, it's like he had the 5-game stretch with New Orleans last year, and he did win all 5. But I mean, they had Michael Thomas, they had Alvin Kamara, they had Sean Payton calling plays, Jared Cook, Latavius Murray is backup running back, and it had some other. They had like a good surrounding cast. And Sean Payton, as you've seen this year with Taysom Hill, he can kind of make anybody look pretty good. I mean, I just think the Panthers kind of got overzealous with that. And then they, I know Joe Brady worked with them in 2018 when they were each on the Saints. But I don't know, like just watching this year, I don't think he's been horrible like a lot of people have said. I actually think he's been really efficient, but almost to the point where it's like, he's basically been too efficient, if you ask me. Like, it's just like, that's the only thing. When you watch him, it's almost like that's like the only thing he cares about is being efficient. I mean, he will not take chances downfield. It's frustrating. I actually cannot stand it. I mean, there was the game, I think it was not this past game where we just played the Packers, but the week before that, 4th and 8. Game's pretty much on the line. It was going to be our last possession. He threw like a 2-yard pass to Samuel in the flat. I mean, it's just like, dude. And there's a guy all over him. There was no chance of like, oh, he'll get yak yards and like make the guy was like right behind him. He made the easy tackle. And quarterback should know, I think he did know that, but it's just like, man, just the most thing I don't like about kind of what Teddy's done this year is the lack of like killer instinct. Like, when Cam Newton was here, you knew that he wanted to put the team in the position to win, and he might make a mistake. He might throw an interception, but he had that killer instinct. Like, he wasn't. You never got the urge, the feeling that he played scared. Like with Teddy, I get that very strongly. I think he kind of like almost doesn't trust himself to make the throw. Basically, if it's kind of like the guy's kind of covered, but I could probably shoot it in there. He doesn't take those chances, and. I kind of would be interested to see them pick a quarterback in the draft. And here's the other thing about Teddy. I think people go way too far on each extreme. I think people are like, oh, this guy sucks. He's the worst. He's like Jimmy Clausen. I'm not going to let you do him like that. I mean, he is not like Jimmy Clausen. Like, that's kind of outrageous. I think just the way he plays, he's a game manager by nature. I think if you put him on a team like the Bears or like the Giants or somewhere like that, like, okay, they have a good defense. Their quarterback play is just preventing them from getting to that next level. I think that's where he could thrive, somewhere like that. But a team where it's like, okay, we need you to be pretty much like the sole driving force of the team's success. He is just not that guy. That might be what I named this video. Teddy Bridgewater is just not that guy. I can't stand the way he plays scared. It's like, he plays not to lose. If you watch this year, I mean, it's like countless, time and time again. He'll have the ball in his hands. I think there's like, 8 times this year he's had the ball in his hands with an opportunity to win the game or tie the game up. And I think that kind of manifests itself whenever it gets to that situation because typically he can kind of well he'll play it safe and live to fight another down or live to fight another possession instead of making a big play mistake, which is fine. But whenever the game's on the line, you can't do that. And I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of I don't even know what you would call it. The way I would just define it is he just plays scared. Like he plays not to lose, and I don't know. I think if you had like an all-star defense or something, it would be okay. But that's pretty much my main takeaway. I just wanted to kind of give my opinion on the whole thing. I don't think he's nearly as bad as a lot of people say. I think you see some people that are saying like, "Oh, this guy's the worst." Like he's definitely not bad. I don't think he's bad. I just don't think he's been good. I think he's been good, but just like he's just middle of the pack. And I think he could be better if he would actually take some chances down the field. I mean, the problem I have is we have way too good of receivers to not take advantage of what they can do. I mean, and I know people will keep saying, "Oh, well, McCaffrey's been out." I mean, he's got Robbie Anderson and Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore. I mean, the man's got people to throw to. It's just like you gotta trust him and make those throws downfield. Countless times this year, you run the playback and you're like, oh, this guy was up and way downfield, and Teddy takes the easy read or whatever, where a guy was like 5 yards deep or something, and there's somebody 20 yards deep, but he'll just take the 5 yards every time. It's unquestioned. Not every time. I mean, I'm sure somebody will comment and be like, well, not this one time, but. You know what I mean? Just generally, it's just like he always just takes a safe option. It's like you're never going to get to that next level with a quarterback that's afraid to take shots like that. I mean, if we had Jameis Winston, and I know everybody's like, oh, Jameis Winston turns the ball over all the time, but if you go, a lot of that's the Bruce Arians offense. I mean, Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck and Big Ben, Carson Palmer, they all threw a lot of interceptions with Bruce Arians offense. Like he takes shots down the field. I'm not saying we should do that, but I'm saying if we would have had Jameis and we can kind of rein him in a little bit and take advantage of these weapons we have. I don't know, hypothetical situation, but I'm very interested to see what the Panthers will do in the draft. It'd be cool if they could get like Fields or Wilson or one of those guys. I'm not really sure who's going to be available at the time. Right now, the Panthers are fourth in the draft order. So they should have some options, you would think, barring any changes or anything like that. But who would you guys like to see get picked in the draft by the Panthers first overall, or not first overall, but first round for us? Just kind of wanted to see what you guys think about that, and if you want to comment and give us any, what you think, that'd be cool. So just kind of want to do a quick video, and glad you guys watch. I hope you have a good day.